Okay, I'm back on over there. So just wanted to make sure it was like frozen forever. I was like, what the heck's going on there? Hey guys, sorry for YouTube and Facebook if your question got like, deleted because I had to restart the feed. But there was like a freeze there, so I had to boot it. But ask your questions again, I'll come back to you. And I know someone had asked me a question, I'll go looking for it. And I was starting to answer it. Okay, back over here talking about your grandma. She also keeps, yes, so she's okay, she's fine. She also keeps acknowledging a picture of her sideways, and her liking that picture. And so I don't know if it's black and white, but it feels like it. It might be like a sepia color, but she's just showing me a picture of her to the side as well, and being one of her favorite pictures. And she's showing herself to me in this way. So just to let the family know, okay? Ashley, you look super adorable today. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was like, my skin is shiny. I didn't like blot my skin and, do all that stuff. I used to be really like anal about that stuff, because I used to like put on all this like makeup and make sure everything was like, I was like, to hell with it. They don't give a damn about my skin. As long as I can deliver the message, it ain't gonna matter what the hell I look like, honestly. Let's see if I can find the question on this side over here because I want. Nina Bird, 1969. How is my health? Nina, you need to get your lower back checked because I'm seeing a lot of placement issues with the discs in the lower back, and that may cause your sciatic nerves to flare up. I also think you need to keep an eye on your thyroid as well. Antioxidants. So you mean Patrice Heather on Facebook. Do you see kids or career changes for me? Kids, I want to say 7 months. It could be 17 months, and I'm totally like missing that one, but I'm going to say 7 months. So it might be 7 months. I also feel that career changes, not for about 2 years. So 2 years career changes, and kids potentially in 7 months. Super Tory Mom 082829. My boyfriend was placed off work. Do you see him going back anytime soon? I feel like he will go back into a working situation. We're in early October, not early October, November. I want to say in the first or second week of December. So maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know if it's the same job, but I'm seeing him working in about 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm going to say he might be going back to work in 2 or 3 weeks, was what I'm thinking. 3 weeks she sleeps. Any messages from my guides? Life has been pretty crazy lately and the energies have been so heavy. You need to retreat. They want you to retreat. And what I mean by that is sometimes when we're trying to engage with the world and engage with people and even the people that we love, sometimes you have to treat other people's energy like COVID, where you have to kind of like, I need to stay away, or I need to put that six foot rule or 6 day rule, for some people in our family. But I think that you need to retreat because you're essentially becoming contaminated, etc. And then that's on top of your own stuff. And I don't think it's helping you. So you probably need to retreat and spend some time in your own little like bubble for a bit. Okay. Judith, Judy first, or Judy once. Hey, Ferny, love looking to connect with my cousin that passed away a few months ago. I wonder if you're on here. Let's see if I can bring you on. I'm gonna try to bring you on. If you want to come on? If you don't want to come on, just like turn it down and reject me. That's okay. Like you can reject me. It's fine. I'll allow it. But let me see if you want to come on. I don't usually come on that fast, but I'm like just need. I have the feeling to it. So she ain't answering. She declined. That's okay. She was like, no, my hair, my hair. I was like, okay, girl, I already knew you were going to be a mess. You just validated that you were a mess. Um, so with the cousin, I'm seeing balloons. I don't know if we're within 30 days of a birthday, or if there's a birthday today, or they passed on a birthday, but they're referencing that. Either y'all release balloons for them, but I'm thinking it's a birthday. They're also acknowledging the ornaments. So I don't know if somebody's going to be making ornaments for everybody in relation to that person, or there's something about like these special set type things, but they're acknowledging that as well. I don't know if your cousin's a male or female, but I'm kind of like going off of it as if it's a male. I hope I'm talking to the right cousin or the right person, because I'm seeing a male. So I'm thinking that the person that I'm talking to is a male. If your cousin's a female, then I'm talking to somebody else, but they're still connected to you. This individual, because I'm seeing sports stuff too, so they might have either had a connection to sports, or there's something about a jersey, or yeah, it's a jersey. So there might be a jersey connection to this person as well. I also feel, thank you, I want to connect with this person's brother. So this male might have a brother, and they're wanting to acknowledge the brother, or say hello. They're also acknowledging, thank you, Daniel, David, it's like a D. There's a D association with that, or a D connection to that as well. They're also acknowledging they're doing this. So they're referencing something about someone writing something, like either a song, or someone writing a poem, or someone just writing something for this person. But I feel like I'm writing it. I don't feel like I'm just posting something. So there's a reference to that as well. There's also a white cat, or like a Siamese cat there with this person as well. Okay. I feel like talking to people, so I'm going to talk to people because I feel like talking to people. So I know I usually like do more text than, but I kind of want to talk to people today. So let's go over here. Let's see. I'm in that mood right now, guys. I'm in that mood. I'm not gonna fight it. I'm just gonna like run with it because this is what I feel. I feel like if I just try to do the text, I'm gonna get lazy.
Yo,
hello.
what's good?
Hi. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm so ready. Thank you so much. I love your energy, and I just connect with my guys, man. What you got for me? What's going on?
Yeah. What was the question again? What did you want to ask me?
Anything from my spirit guides,
Yeah.
my family was good. What's going on?
Yeah, spirit guide. So, first of all, you have 3 guides. Do you know their names?
Nope.
Okay. You have 2 primary, 1 secondary. The primary guide's name is, one of them Sophia, and then the other one is they're both female, Guinevere. So Sophia and Guinevere.
Okay.
Guinevere, like King Arthur at court, all that stuff. So Guinevere. So Sophia and Guinevere. When I saw the Sophia name, I kept thinking of Egypt. I don't know why I was thinking of Egypt when I thought it was Sophia, but that's what I was seeing as well. I also feel like that's the main go-to person. I also feel like she's trying to help you develop your own psychic ability and your own shamanistic ability. So I don't know if you've been looking into that, but there's a reference there because she says we're helping you. So stop crying about it. We're trying. So she's almost like getting on you and trying to like let you know we're trying. She also keeps talking. Thank you. You might have. Thank you. Even though you may not feel ready to move right now, are you considering a relocation? Do you actually have oracle cards or tarot cards?
Yes, I do have like 5 decks.
Got it. They're acknowledging. Do you have 3 of them? 3 decks?
Wait, it's frozen. Wait, what?
That's okay. I'm still here. I'm still here. Do you hear me?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have 3 decks? 3 different decks?
Yes.
Yeah. They're like stop. So here's the problem that they want me to address.
Okay, go
You
ahead.
have a thought, you have a vision, and then you don't stay consistently to follow through. So they're like, you need to stop it, stick on a routine, stick to a routine, and then it'll get stronger and stronger and stronger. If you keep switching it up and not sticking to a particular way of doing it, they're like, you're going to keep like, it's almost like, I'm getting on the freeway. Oh, look, the sign says California. I'm going to go ahead and get in the freeway. I'm going to California. And like, oh, look, there's another. And then you get off the freeway. You're like, maybe that's a faster route. No, I'll get back on there. Maybe like, I'll get off. Maybe it's a faster route. So they're acknowledging you keep getting off. You need to stay consistently on the path. Okay. Also, keep a dream journal because they keep talking to you in a dream.
Okay, for sure. I've been trying to understand them. Thank you so much. Wow.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I'm glad to see somebody in my community because, I'm a gay man myself, and I love it. I love seeing this. Like, thank you.
We have to represent. We have to represent. Like, yeah, we have to represent. Like, I'm not even trying to hide it. Like, I like, you know, like it's not like I'm gonna be. I don't believe in gay people, LGBT. This is actually LGBTQ plus. I don't believe in us having to make ourselves palatable. You're sucking my fresh oxygen, so I don't need to be like palatable, like, you know, etc. So, all right, sweetheart, you take care of yourself. Bye bye. All right, such a sweetheart, such a sweetheart. Okay, so let's see. Conversive move. Is that the word? Conversive.
You.
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. What did you want to ask me?
Well, I have a brother who passed away 38 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And at the beginning of COVID, his best friend that he grew up with got in touch with me. I hadn't heard from him in 38 years. And we've been very much in touch. His wife is a medium. And yeah, I've been wanting to see if my brother's trying to contact me because he got me in touch with his friend. Is there anything that he wants me to know?
Mm-hmm. So the first thing, thank you. So the first thing that he is acknowledging, I am C Balloon. So do you know if we're within 30 days of a birthday or if there's a celebratory event around the time of his passing?
No.
Okay. He's laughing. He says yes. So there is. So within 30 days forward or backwards from this moment now. So 30 days back, 30 days forward. He's acknowledging
from now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, because he was like
December, and mine's
there you go. Oh,
mine's
there you
this
go.
week. So yeah.
Got it. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
So he's just acknowledging the events. So he's acknowledging that and saying happy birthday. So he's referencing that. He also keeps talking about the Tula or Tuli or tulip. Is there a tulip name or flower that is significant?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, because I saw tulips and I was like, okay, are you saying tulips? And then I wanted to say like Tallulah or Tula or Tuli. So there was something to that because he's acknowledging that. I also feel like I'm looking at an animal. So do you know of an animal that had like a tutu or Tulu or Tuli name?
No.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. You will figure this out when. Trust me, you will figure this out. It's an animal. It's got that sound to it, and I feel like it might be a dog because I want to say Toto, but I don't think it's Toto. It's like a Tuli or Tula, but there's a reference there because he's acknowledging that. He also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. Have you been thinking about writing or starting to like write or do something in written form?
I've been drawing.
Okay, because he's showing me. Nope. This is. Thank you. Have you thought about writing children's books?
No.
Okay. This is something that's going to come up for you. This is something that you need to maybe consider or look into because he's showing me. I feel like I'm writing stories, but I also feel like there's pictures with it. Now, if you've been drawing, then that could totally add on to that. But I actually see like writing, like as if I'm writing a story because he's acknowledging something like that as well. He also says, don't say no to it. Don't say no to it. So if someone in your life tells you that they want to work on something and if you'd be willing to participate, say yes, just do it because he's almost like pushing you or acknowledging that. He also talks about the 5 being significant. Do you know of the 5th of a month or the 5 which would be May? Do you know if the 5th of a month or May is connected?
Yeah, that he died in May.
Got it. So he's just referencing that as well. I'm smelling smoke. Was he a smoker?
Yeah.
Okay. He also keeps blaming himself, so he's like pointing to himself. So either he contributed to his own passing or he brought about his own demise because he's pointing to his own passing. It's not a suicide. This is like just like I'm taking care of myself or I just didn't.
Yeah. Okay. He could have done something different, definitely.
Got it. Because he's acknowledging like he just blames himself for his passing and like he just contributed to the whole. Thank you. Is there a picture of him with a drink in his hand or like a beer?
Not really. We don't have a lot of pictures of him.
Okay, there's when you connect with, you're talking to the friend, they may have a picture, but there's a picture. He's like, I feel like I'm sitting in a chair or I'm like laughing, and I feel like there's lawn chair or the old folding lawn chairs that were like, I'm seeing that, and he's showing me that, and I feel like I'm having a drink, and it's just a fun time. And it would have been when he was younger because he's acknowledging this image of him. He also keeps thank you. Is there also a Dolores or it could be Deborah? Is there a Debbie or a Dolores?
Debbie. That's my friend's wife, who's the medium.
There you go. So he's acknowledging that he is saying yes, he has been communicating with her. However, even though she's a medium, does she still question herself a lot or doubt herself a lot?
I don't know. I don't know her that well. Like I'm only getting to know them. So.
Okay, so if you find out that she has, he's almost like, stop it, telling her like she needs to actually trust herself more because she's actually not bad at all. And she can totally take herself to another level with this. So he's almost wanting to push her in that way. He also says he wants to say thank you because even though, okay, he says he knows you loved him. He says he knows that you loved him. And he also says he felt accepted even though he knew he wasn't. So I don't know what that means, but it's almost like he felt accepted. He felt accepted even though he knew he wasn't. So he's referencing that. He's also, thank you. Was there a little bit of a split, or he and your parents didn't really get along as well, because he's almost like pushing himself away from them?
There was a little bit, yeah.
Okay, almost like the black sheep, or like he,
Yes.
you know, yeah, because he's acknowledging himself in this way. He also says he says he's been keeping up with you, or keeping up with what you've been up to. He also says it's going to sound weird because this is not a sign that they use very often. Spiders are going to be a sign from him. I don't know why it would be a spider.
Ooh.
It's not going to be like ugly spiders crawling over you. I'm talking about like Charlotte's Web spiders. Like I'm talking about something that's got kind of like a feeling to it in that way. So if you start seeing like pictures of spiders online being, you know, posted or something, this is the way he's meaning this.
Okay.
He also is putting music or a band with it. So I don't know if this has a connection with music when he was around, or there's a band association with spiders on the emblem that he's trying to get my attention with. But there's a reference there as well because he's acknowledging that also. He's also, thank you. Is there an Aiden or an Ada name also?
No.
I'm sorry, it's a female. It's an older female, Ada or A something A. I don't think it's Anna. I almost want to say it's like Ada or that's not Emma. It's Ada. It's got a name like this. Might be connected to the friend. So be aware that may be a link there, but he's just acknowledging this person being there as well. He also, thank you. He's showing me 2 rings. Have you been married more than once?
No.
Okay. Do you know if he was married more than once?
No. He never.
He showed me 2 rings. Do you have 2 rings that are connected to him, or are there 2 rings that are connected to him? They're 2 rings and they go together like this. So he's showing me these 2 rings. So he's linking them together. So there's a meaning there. There's a significance there.
Okay.
It almost reminds me of like a chain. You know, when you put two round things? Yeah. It almost feels like it's a chain thing. So I don't know if it's 2 rings or the links.
Maybe he wants me to meet someone. I don't know.
No, I don't think he's laughing.
Not that.
He's laughing. Nope, I don't know what this is. He's showing me rings. I'm seeing 2 rings. I feel like I want to link them together. They're like linked together. I don't know what that means, but that's the way he's presenting them to me. But he's just referencing that as well. He says he loves you and he's with you. And he says that he appreciates you. And he also says, stop being so closed off. So I don't know if you're really picky, but he says, stop being so closed off, because you might not be allowing people into your life who might actually be good for you. You can't live your entire life feeling like the hurt's going to be a given. He says you need to take the risks. So he's wanting to kind of help and like push you a little bit. Okay. He just wanted to let you know he knows that he's kept up with you, he's around, and he's fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I will definitely.
All right, sweetheart. You take care of yourself.
Nice meeting you. You too.
You too.
Okay. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's see. Hello?
Hey.
Hi. How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm doing horrible. I have not been good today.
Oh, no. Well, I'm here, so what did you want to ask me?
My boyfriend of 3 years, had a best friend of 24 years. He just recently passed, and they've been best friends since they were in cribs, and I just want to see if he had any messages for my boyfriend or his family.
Yeah. Do they have a running joke about talking like you're missing teeth, or like you're like, you know, hey, because he's like acting like he's like missing teeth and he's making a joke for your boyfriend?
He wasn't missing teeth, but he had a lot of crooked teeth and just
there's a joke because it's almost like he's doing that, so he's almost like being silly like that. He also
Mhm.
keeps acknowledging thank you. He also keeps acknowledging um he's doing something interesting. He's like slapping the front of my face or hitting the front of my face. Do you know there was any effect on the front of his face, or there was anything that affected him right here?
Any effects in front of his face? No.
He's doing this. Do you know if there was a hit or something knocked him out because he's doing this and he's trying to hit?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay.
He got into a wreck.
Oh, thank you. Because he was hitting my face, so now he's trying to figure out why I feel like my face is being hit. So he's acknowledging that. He also keeps thinking. He also keeps referencing his brain swelling. Do you know if there was a lot of brain swelling? Because what I'm reminded of is like my friend Chelsea, who had an induced coma because of the swelling. So do you know if there was anything like that with him as well?
No, the autopsy is not back from him passing, so I have no idea. I just know about the wreck.
That's okay. He's acknowledging that it was ultimately, he makes me feel like it was brain damage or the knock to the head that did it, but he's making me feel like there was a feeling of this. He also keeps referencing the number, which one is it? I might be wrong on this one because I saw 11, then I saw 12, then I saw 13. Is the 13th of a month connected?
His birthday, ain't it? Is it the
I
13th
think
or the 19th?
I think I'm not sure about the 13th.
Okay. Because he showed me that, because I saw 11, 12, and then 13. So if it's the 13th, he's acknowledging the 13th. If not, it's January 3rd that's connected somehow. But he's referencing that date or that number. So there's a significance there. He also talks about, thank you, he showed me guitar. Do you know they ever played instruments or they tried to like do a band when they were younger?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
He's showing me a guitar. So somebody has a guitar or somebody is connecting him with a guitar because he's showing me a guitar. There's a picture. There is a picture of this boy with a guitar in his hands. Like he's literally, he may not be playing it, but there's a picture of him with the guitar, and he might have been like pretending to play it, but there's something about a picture in him in the guitar, but he's referencing that. He also keeps acknowledging, he's going to try to visit, thank you. He says that there are going to be 3 dreams about him. So he's acknowledging 3 dreams that he's going to try to come through and communicate in. So he's referencing that. Thank you. He's also shown me Harrison Ford. Is there a Harris or Ford connection as well, the name?
Mm-mm.
Harrison, because I'm seeing Harrison Ford in, what is that movie? Star Wars. So I'm seeing Star Wars. So that's why he's showing me Harrison Ford in Star Wars. So there's a reference to Harrison Ford. So either the name Harrison Ford or the character that he played in Star Wars is connected. But he's referencing that as well because he's acknowledging that. He's showing me a shirt now. So do you know if there is a Star Wars shirt or there's something about a shirt with Harrison Ford?
No.
Okay, you're going to have to look into it because he's acknowledging that as well. He also keeps referencing, was he a little bit heavier set, the friend? Okay,
Yes.
yeah, there's a shirt. Because what he was showing me, he's showing me a friend of mine who I know, I see her husband wearing a shirt with the same thing, and he's a little bit heavier set. So he's acknowledging this as well. He also keeps referencing, thank you. He wasn't being careful enough, and he was trying to do too many things, and he also wasn't all there when he was driving or in the vehicle. So do you know if he wasn't 100% paying attention to what he should have been paying attention to?
We don't really know what caused it, but we do believe it was from drinking a lot. Recently, been drinking a lot.
Yeah.
And he was driving himself home. He had a breathalyzer because he got into a first wreck and survived it, and they took it out, and he started recently drinking back up again.
Yeah.
And that's what we think.
You know, he didn't care. I think he was at a place in his life where he just didn't care about anything anymore, and he just like was like wishing he would die. So it was like I just didn't want to be here. I was done. So he's acknowledging that. He also keeps connecting some of his pain with his father. Do you know if he had issues with his dad?
No.
Okay.
Not that of.
He's acknowledging pain and he's bringing up his father. So there was something there that he wants to address or he wants to acknowledge. He's repeating it.
I know they weren't close as they should have been as like son and father, you know.
If you ask your boyfriend, he might know more about some of the history, but he's acknowledging the dad and the pain. He's acknowledging that as well. He's also showing me cereal. I don't know if this is like, what is this? Because I'm seeing like all these colors. I don't know if it was like, I feel like I want to, it's like the color ones. Like what is it? The apple, the rabbit one. Tricks are for kids or tricks. It's either the tricks or it's like the Flintstones one that has the colors. But he's acknowledging like cereal, eating cereal. So he's like showing me this
Yeah,
as well.
was
You know,
always cereal.
yeah, because he's acknowledging cereal. He says that heaven's this fool. So he says that heaven is a cereal, like what is it, when you go and you can pick as much as you want to eat, but it's all cereal. Like that's what he's showing me his heaven is like. So he's acknowledging that. He's also showing me a game. Did they ever play games together?
Yes, Call of Duty, actually. That's what him and my boyfriend played since they were, as soon as it came out.
Got it. Did they ever play with other people from other places? Okay.
Yeah.
He says to look out for his name, because he says that he's going to let him know through the game that he's with them. So he says, look out for my name, look out for my name, because he's acknowledging that as well.
Right.
He also is referencing, thank you. He keeps whistling. Do you know if he had an annoying whistle?
Yeah, he just whistled like when he was bored or just thinking, just like whistling songs and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it's just, just,
Really
it's just,
loud.
it's just what he does. It's almost like a nervous twitch where that he does that when he gets nervous or he gets anxious. So he's
Yeah, that's
acknowledging
what
that. Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah. He says he loves his friends. He says he loves all of you. He says, thank y'all all for loving me. He says, I'm sorry. He says, tell him I'm sorry I let him down. He says, I don't want him to feel like I left him, because he says I wouldn't just leave him. He says I just couldn't cope and I was just like not ready. I wasn't ready to go forward and to do this anymore. But he's acknowledging that he loves him and that he's going to continue to be with him. He also says his nana's there. Is your boyfriend's grandmother, did she just pass away or is she passed?
No, both of his grandmas are still alive.
He's acknowledging his nana, so he might be talking about his own nana, but he's acknowledging the nana being there. So
But his grandma is gone.
okay, so he's acknowledging the nana being there with him as well. So he's referencing that as well.
Has he left us like any signs, like just anything?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, he popped a bulb, or he caused a light bulb to stop working or to do this funny thing. He also says that he does ladybugs, so ladybugs are going to be a sign from him as well. He also says that he messed with the toilet or the water in the bathroom as well. So there's a few things he's done.
What was running when Nathan went back in there?
yeah, the other day my boyfriend had went in the bathroom and the toilet was running, and our drain and our sink just is leaking now.
Yeah, he's messing with y'all's plumbing. So, but he's just wanting to let y'all know that he's around it. He's okay.
Yeah, he was very funny and he joked a lot and messed with us a lot. He was a joke.
By the way, he's drawing on my arm. Do you know if there's going to be a tattoo for him?
Yeah. We plan on getting a tattoo, me, my boyfriend, and my boyfriend's sister, because we were all very close with him.
Mm-hmm. 3 of them, because he was showing me 3. So yeah, that makes sense. He's okay, sweetheart. He's all right. He's at peace.
Okay.
Okay? Tell your boyfriend that when he wants to talk to him, just to speak to him. He'll get the message.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sweetheart. You take care of yourself.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, let's see. All right, I'll take a break from those and I'll answer some of y'all, because I know y'all have been waiting and I owe y'all. I owe y'all some text versions of this, so let me go over here. Kaylin Dilly on Facebook, any messages from my spirit guides or their names? You only have one main guide. That's it, just the one main guide. The name is... I want to say it's like Daisy. That's not it. It's Denise. Denise is the name of your guide. It's a female, Denise. Okay. She is wanting you to pay extra attention to your finances in the next 2 or 3 months, because you might need to be a little bit more careful, or just be a little bit more conservative in your spending. So she's acknowledging to be careful with this. Christopher Rangel on YouTube. Hi, Ferny. I am wanting to start trading stocks on the stock market. Do you think this is a good path for me to explore? If not, what should I do to make money? So a couple of things around this. First of all, I want you to look into biotech, because I feel like biotech is going to be a big thing. So investing, I would suggest any kinds of organizations or companies where it's biotech related, because we're about to hit like a biotech renaissance in the next 10 years. That's a good place to invest in. However, here's what I will say. I do see the stock market taking a hit. I know that everybody is like, thinking that everything's stable because after the first wave of COVID, like everything kind of settled itself down. I've been saying for a while now that the end of this year, we were going to see a lot more fluctuations and it was going to feel like it was like, what the hell is going on? And I do feel that after we've been living on credit, and I don't think people realize how much the country is living on credit right now. And to the point where some of the loans or some of the support, financial support that the country has and the government has is just going to kind of like just like fall out. And I think that's going to be understood because I think it's already happening. It's just not being talked about or people aren't talking about it. Once we get into, I want to say December or January, we may start hearing more and more about it. And people are going to freak because they're going to think, oh my God, what's going on with the financial market or whatever. So I see that market like getting a hit or taking a hit. And the way that the stock market is run or the way that it's handled next year is actually going to start going through some changes just because they're going to want to they're going to want to avoid this in the future. So be prepared if you go into it, even though they always say, like, if you're going to like buy into the stock market, do it when it's low, it's going to be low. So that would be the time to buy into it. But I would suggest biotech. Okay. With that being said, I know you were asking about me and money. I actually think that real estate would be a good option for you. Not real estate like buying and selling properties or houses, but actually plots of land and using them to sell or using them as spaces where people who want to do things on the land would be good for you. So I feel like stuff like that. There's a lot of these like little micro cities that are going to start showing up, or little towns that are going to start showing up, where people who are moving away from big cities or people who are just getting away from the coastal areas are going to be moving closer into like the mountain areas, etc. So you're going to find these like pop-up cities or pop-up little towns that like just show up overnight with people in their caravans or in their like Winnebagos or whatever. So setting up these like plots of land that have all of the like the power lines and the plumbing and all that stuff is going to be a big business in the next few years. So you might want to look into that as well. Okay, let's go over here. Jenny Miller Riley, my son have a message. Yeah, he's showing me what I'm reminded of is like a Bible. I don't know if you're a religious person or if he's just trying to acknowledge having faith, but I feel like that's what he's trying to say is talking about the faith. So he's almost like he's showing me something that reminds me of like a Bible or a book of faith, and he's like wanting to like throw it at you. Like, you need to have faith, you need to have faith, and you need to, thank you. Sometimes we can make our pain worse, right? Sometimes we can like amplify the suffering that we're going through. And he's almost wanting to like pull you back and say you need to like go into faith more because he wants you to feel more connection. And he says he's also been trying to connect with you on a regular basis, but you keep blaming yourself or you keep feeling responsible. And he's like, what are you talking about? So I think you need to like come to a place of peace around the passing, but I think he also wants you to start to level up your energy so that he can reach out more to you, okay? Angela Danny Farrington, will I ever get my rainbow baby or do I need to stop trying? I'm 38. Keep going, keep trying, because I feel like I'm seeing 2 children. So don't know how many children you currently have, but I see 2 children. So if you don't have any children, then I see 2 children for you. The thing about it is you may not just have a child as far as like having one naturally. I do feel you will have a child naturally. And this may not occur February of 2022. So it might be another year and a half or so. So keep trying, but there's also going to be foster children or foster care that you look into as well. And you may not consider that at first, but then once you see something through people that you know, you're going to want to participate or get involved. And I think that's going to be a good thing. Okay. So keep trying. Ali Kitchen. Hello, I'm currently working for a startup company. Is this going to be a long-term successful position for me? I don't believe so. I do think that you'll be with them less than 2 years, but more than maybe, like, I want to say more than 8 months, but less than 2 years. But for some reason, I'm not just seeing a simple end or stop. I feel like you're going to be doing something else as well. And so you might still keep that job, but also be doing something else on the side. Eventually, the thing that's on the side actually takes over, and then you go ahead and just just walk away from that situation altogether. The thing on the side feels really great. I don't feel like you're going to have a bad time with a startup. I just don't think it's going to give you what you're wanting. But then, like I said, the side thing that you get into, which might have something to do with like advertising, marketing, online sales, it may have a connection to that, I think will work well. It's actually an app. It's a kind of app type thing. So there may be something like that that you do, that you'll get more from during that time that I mentioned, that you would like kind of be doing both things at the same time. Heather Hall, how is my health? Heather, I want you to keep an eye on your hormones, because I feel like you might be overproducing. Your thyroid might be overproducing a particular hormone, which might be throwing everything else off. I also want you to keep an eye on, you might be susceptible or have a predisposition to fibroids or fibrocysts. Fibroids or fibrocysts, also called sometimes polycystic fibrosis, is a condition where you have these pockets of tissue that sometimes show up. I know there are fibroids that show up in the breast, but then there are also some that show up in the uterus. The ones in the uterus are the ones that I'm pointing out. They're pretty common. Most of the time, they're just benign. But sometimes if they clump up, or there's too many of them, or they're too big, that's when you have to do something about it. You just may need to keep an eye on that, because I don't want you to start having pressure in your side and thinking that it's something else, when it might be something like a cluster or a growth of like a fibroid that you might need to have looked at. It's not cancer. People always, like when I say like fibrosis or fibrocyst, when I say cyst, people freak out and they think I'm talking about cancer. I'm not talking about cancer. This is like just a pocket of tissue. Suzanne Fortnum, do you see any barriers to my promotion, and update on time frame? It's going to take about 3 months to work out some of the contractual agreements around that, and then you might be up and running in about 5 months. So give it about 5 months is what I think, but 3 months you should be seeing some traction on this. I don't think there's going to be barriers. I think it's just more of a time-based issue because of whatever's going on, and also COVID might get in the way of that. That would be the only like hold up that I see there. But I don't necessarily see people as barriers. I see like circumstances as barriers. Maria Delarocco Hartley. Hi, Ferny. Any messages from my husband or guides? Thank you. Yes, he keeps kissing you like all over. So I don't know if he was like really obsessed with kissing you, but he's always like, so he's doing this like thing there. So he's acknowledging that. He also thank you. Birds are connected to him, and it may not just be like the cardinals. They may also be like yellow birds or like uniquely colored birds. It may not just be a typical bird, but like a uniquely colored bird. He also thank you. He's doing this. I don't know if you have a bracelet or a watch that is connected to him, but he's doing that as well. He also keeps acknowledging thank you. He's showing me a jacket, and I feel like it's a much bigger jacket, or it's a jacket, and you might wear it sometimes, but he's referencing that as well. He also keeps, I don't know if you've smelled his socks, but he's talking about smelling his socks, and he's I don't know, it's almost like he's making fun of it. Like, you know, like people get desperate, but you know, like how desperate are you going to get? Like he's almost like poking at you or messing with you. He loves you. He is with you. He also says he was laying in bed with you, and you may have had a dream where y'all were, you know, having sex or making love or whatever, or just laying in bed. He says that was him. So he's acknowledging that as well. Okay. Stephanie Gomez Hernandez, will my ex leave me alone? And do you have any messages from my spirit guides? I don't feel like your ex is going anywhere anytime soon. I do think you're going to have to probably put your foot down or just like make a threat. I do think it might take about 7 or 8 months. And then after that, I think he'll leave you alone. But, you know, for those of you who don't understand the process, because some of you don't, if you break up with someone and you don't want them in your life, don't talk to them. Don't take their calls. Don't respond to messages. Like, try to end completely the contact. Now, I know some people, it's different because they have children with the person, but for those of y'all who don't know, like, practical, like, stuff, don't talk to the person because they won't, you know, they'll get the message at some point. But Stephanie, I think it'll take about 7 or 8 months. You know, you might make a good teacher, Stephanie. So you might want to consider that, because they're like, your guides are like pulling you towards younger people or like children. So you might want to look into the idea of teaching in some way, or offering some sort of like connection with kids, because they're referencing that. Okay. Thank you. I was like, Tanya Reyes, she's like, can you tell me about Hector? I was like, okay, are we talking about a living person or a person that's passed? And then she's like, my cousin Hector passed. Can you connect? Yes. So thank you for clarifying that. I appreciate you so much for doing that. So your cousin. So, okay. So first of all, I don't know why I'm seeing like stars and stripes. I don't know if I'm seeing like military stars and stripes or I'm seeing like police badge or like police like stars and stripes, but I'm seeing something like that. So he's referencing that or acknowledging that. He also keeps talking, thank you. He also keeps talking about the metal plate or the metal thing. So I don't know if you have a dog tag that belong to him or if there's like a metal piece of jewelry that he's acknowledging or making reference to. It might be like a necklace or something like that because he's acknowledging that. He also keeps, thank you. Is there, I don't know, there's an Anthony or a Tony or a Tammy, but there's a T name reference that he's trying to acknowledge as well. He might be just trying to say hello to the person, but he's referencing that. He also keeps talking about, thank you. He also keeps talking about having to do his memorial twice or something about someone had it in one place and then someone did another one in another place, but he's referencing something about two memorials or two things like this. He's also talking about orbs in the picture, so y'all might have gotten him in a picture because he's referencing orbs in a picture as well. He also, thank you, he did show up in one dream, and he was trying to just tell everybody that he's okay and that he's not in any pain. So he was just trying to be clear with y'all, okay? Okay, let's go back online. Let's see, go back on, go back on. Hello?
What's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Just relaxing.
Awesome. What did you want to ask me?
Oh,
Oh.
um,
I'm gonna let you unfreeze. I'm gonna let you unfreeze because you froze for a second.
we haven't had
Hold on
any
just a moment. Okay.
contact.
I think you unfroze now.
We haven't had any contact with his kids, and I'm just trying to see if there's any messages from him. For
Yeah, and who were you asking about?
him.
Oh,
My
that's okay.
brother passed away in 2011, and we haven't seen his kids, two of his children. I'm just trying to see if they're doing okay. Any readings for
Mm-hmm.
me or my mother?
Yeah. Yeah, so with your brother, first of all, he keeps acknowledging, thank you. He showed me the number 7. Do you know if the 7th of a month or July is connected?
The 7th is my mom's birthday. It's July.
Okay, so he probably just wants to wish her a happy birthday or acknowledge her. He also keeps talking, thank you. He's also showing me the 17th as well. Do you know if also the 17th is connected?
The 17th. No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
The
yeah, he
17th
died
or
on the
January
17th.
7th?
He died on August
Thank you. So
17th.
that's it. So he's also acknowledging that as well. So he's trying to acknowledge that date as
Oh,
well.
and you're
He
breaking.
also keeps referencing, thank you.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What about you?
You're breaking up. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm gonna let you get to where you can get to. Got it. He also says that he tried to give your mom flowers. I don't know if it was for Mother's Day or he tried to get a message out for her on Mother's Day. Do you know if she got like random flowers on Mother's Day or she like smelt roses for some reason and didn't know where it was coming from?
I'm not sure. I would have to ask her. She's in the other room. You give me a
But
minute. I can call her
so it's
real
okay.
quick.
Whenever you get a chance, just ask her.
Mom,
If
come
she
to the
wants to be on
room.
camera or she just wants to show up, then yeah, that's cool.
Give me just a minute, real quick. Mom, hurry,
Yeah. You're fine.
hurry, come here. It's the reader. She's coming. Hello?
Yes.
Can you
I'm
hear me?
still here. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
No, you're
Here,
fine.
he's
You're
talking
fine.
about Mike. He's saying that if you smelled rose, here she goes.
There you go.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
Hi. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So your son did a few things. First of all, he acknowledged the 7th, and your son just said that the 7th was your birthday. So I think son is trying to acknowledge your birthday. He also said the 17th, which your son just said was also his date of passing. He also says that he tried to give you roses or bring you roses somehow on Mother's Day. Did you get a rose or roses on Mother's Day randomly, or did you smell them?
Yeah, I had a lot of roses.
Okay, because he's acknowledging that he tried to get these roses to you, so he's acknowledging that. He also says you're a good mother, and he doesn't want you to be blaming yourself or giving yourself a hard time about that. He also says that he knows that not having the grandchildren is breaking your heart. He's aware of this. He says that he doesn't want you to worry because they will come back into your lives and that they will show up again, but they got to get old enough. So he's acknowledging that as well. He also keeps talking about Junior. Is one of them a junior? Is one of you a junior?
I'm a junior.
Got it. So he's just referring to you as...
But the oldest brother is also...
got it. So he's probably trying to acknowledge the other brother then. So he's probably trying to say hello to the other junior. He also talks about 4 tattoos. Do you know there are 4 tattoos connected to him?
I have his portrait.
Anthony.
Got it. Got it. So he keeps acknowledging that or making a reference to that. He also keeps talking about the picture of him next to his dream car or next to his dream ride. He calls it a dream ride. So is there a picture of him that y'all have of next to his dream ride?
A black, yeah.
Okay, because he's acknowledging that. He's showing me his dream ride with him in heaven, so he's letting you know he's having a good time. He also says they don't know anything about style there, so he's having to teach them about style because he says they don't know nothing about it. He says everything's white. He's like, where's the style, y'all? So he's like showing up and giving them a hell of a time. That's a hell of a time. He also keeps acknowledging thank you. He misses the corn with the mayonnaise. What is it? The paleta. What is it? You know what I'm talking about, right? He's like missing it because I can smell it and he's making me hungry, so he's acknowledging that as well. Mom, he also says that he dropped something in your closet or he made something fall in your closet. So did you have something fall in the closet and you're like, what? And
the other day.
Yeah, there's always stuff falling in here and there's probably something.
Got it. He's acknowledging that. He also says the sound you're hearing walking in the middle of the night is not him. It's a raccoon in the house or on the roof. So y'all may need to be aware of that because he's acknowledging that's not me. He's like, that's a raccoon. So he's like making fun of that. He also, thank you. He says he loves you. He says he's with you. But he keeps, thank you. Is there a picture of him? It might be one of his favorite pictures. It's a picture of him. He's got a hat on maybe sideways. And then he's also making like a sign with his hand.
I'm not sure.
The hat, I feel like the hat, I don't know if it's a sports hat or it's got some sort of team on it or something, but it's almost like a hat like that because he's acknowledging that as well. Also, did he ever box when he was a kid, or did y'all ever practice boxing?
Yeah, karate.
Yeah, but
because he's acknowledging boxing, so he's just referencing that. He is okay. He says the kids will come back into your lives, but just be patient because they got to get old enough before they can have a chance to get back into the lives. He also says, thank you. Mom, there's a baby for you in spirit. Did you have a miscarriage, loss, or termination? He says the baby's with him as well, so he wants you to know that also. He also has a dog with him. I don't know if the dog's name is Joseph or Joey, or if there's like a dog with the J name. Do y'all know about a dog like that? It might be a mix. It might be a mix of 2 separate breeds because it makes you feel like it's a larger dog.
Achilles or
It's a dog that's got like a Jojo or Joji or Gigi. It's got like a sound like that.
Layla.
No. It might have even had like black and white because I feel like I'm looking at a Dalmatian, but it's not a Dalmatian, but it's like black and white.
No.
Okay. If the dog is not named Joey, the person who owned it or is connected to it is Jay. So there's a reference to this dog, black and white, connected to the J name. But I kept seeing Joey or J-O.
Did Jaylene?
I'm not sure.
Maybe one of his friends, but I don't know.
That's okay. Y'all may just have to check with it, but he's acknowledging this dog being there. Mom, your grandma's also passed, right? He says that your mom, yeah. He says, oh, got it. He says your mom is there. He says your grandma's there. Your mom's there. They wanted to say hi. They're also acknowledging, thank you. Did your mom have cancer?
I think it had to do with diabetes. It's a form of cancer. So.
No, this is the one of them because I got the grandma and the mom. One of them is talking about having cancer, and it was in the digestive system in the stomach.
Could have been my mom. I'm not, I don't.
Do you know if her stomach was bloating or starting to get bigger and bigger and she didn't know what was going on? Yeah, this is your mom. So she's acknowledging she might have had cancer, didn't even realize it. And y'all didn't do an autopsy for her passing, right?
I don't know. I was really young when that happened, so I don't
Okay,
know.
okay. Because she's making me feel like this was just left untreated and it just caused the infection and it spread and it became another issue. But she's acknowledging that there was a cancer or this thing in her stomach that was affecting her as well. But she's with you. All your family members are with you as well. But your brother's okay and he's saying hello and that he's proud of you. He also says if anything happens that doesn't go right, he's coming for you. Okay?
You guys.
All right, guys. Y'all take care of me. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right, let's see. I'm almost out of time, so I might have enough to, no, I'm gonna run out of time. So yeah, so, all right guys, we are done. So I'm about to get off of here and I'm about to get back on to our study group because we're doing our study group in New Lives and New Masters. So for those of you who are still wanting readings, I'm sorry, I'm done. But come back next Wednesday. I will be back on next Wednesday, same time, same place, okay? Love you all and I will see you